Okay, so you've just received some unexpected news during your pregnancy, and I know that can feel incredibly overwhelming. The whole point of this explainer is to just walk through what agenesis of the corpus callosum is and give you some clear, understandable information to help you navigate this journey. So let's start with the basics. What is the structure we're even talking about?
First off, what is the corpus callosum? Well, it's this huge bundle of nerve fibers deep inside the brain. The best way to think about it is like a massive communication bridge, or a superhighway, that lets the left and right sides of the brain talk to each other. And this connection is so critical. It's how we coordinate signals, how we do complex thinking. It basically integrates everything.
Which, of course, brings us to the big question. What does it mean for a child's development when that massive communication bridge just doesn't form?
All right, so the official medical term you've probably heard is agenesis of the corpus callosum, or just ACC for short. Let's break down what that actually means.
You know, agenesis is just a fancy way of saying that an organ failed to develop. So with ACC, it means that during development in the womb, that bridge of nerve fibers either didn't form at all or it only partially formed. And it might surprise you to learn it's actually one of the most common brain malformations out there. Sometimes it's an isolated issue, and other times it can happen along with other things.
So you're probably asking, why does this even happen? Well, it can be linked to a few different things. Genetics, certain infections during pregnancy, or other environmental factors. But here's the thing, and this is really, really important. For the vast majority of families, a specific cause is never found. So if that's you, please know you are not alone. That is super common.
And this is it, right? This is the core question that's on every parent's mind. What does this mean for my child? If there is one word I want you to take away from all of this, it is spectrum. There is a very, very wide range of possible outcomes.
And hey, this isn't just me saying this. The research backs it up. This quote here from the American Journal of Medical Genetics really hits the nail on the head. It says that even when two people's brain scans look pretty similar, their developmental outcomes can be completely different. There's just no single predetermined path.
Now, this is a big one, and for a lot of parents, it's a surprisingly hopeful one. When ACC is diagnosed before birth, and it seems to be isolated, and that just means it's the only major brain abnormality they can see, well, studies show that about 75%, that's 3 out of 4 of those individuals, have intelligence in the normal range.
This chart kind of lays out that spectrum for isolated ACC. On one side, you have the more common outcomes, things like totally normal development, or maybe some mild learning difficulties. On the other side, you have less common, more severe outcomes, like intellectual disability or seizures. It's way more common for individuals to have normal development, or maybe face some milder challenges, like say with social skills. That might just mean they have a harder time reading body language or understanding sarcasm.
Okay, so after a doctor suspects ACC, what happens next? Well, there's actually a pretty clear path they follow to get you as much information as possible and give you the clearest picture of what's going on. Let's walk through that.
A really important tool here is the fetal MRI. And don't worry, it's a totally safe procedure that gives a way more detailed picture of the baby's brain than a regular ultrasound can. It lets specialists see everything, slice by slice. They can confirm, yep, the corpus callosum is missing, but maybe more importantly, they're looking for anything else that might not have shown up on the ultrasound.
So, the journey usually looks something like this. First, the ultrasound might show a few little indirect signs that make them suspect ACC. Second, that fetal MRI we just talked about is recommended to confirm it and get that really detailed look. And third, they'll probably offer you genetic testing, like an amniocentesis, to see if there's an underlying genetic reason that could give you more answers about the prognosis.
All right, let's shift gears now and talk about the long-term journey. What does life look like after birth, through childhood, and into adulthood? This is a really important point from the team at UCSF. A child might seem to be doing just fine in their early years, keeping up with all their milestones. But some of the trickier stuff, like abstract thinking or navigating complex social situations, that might only start to pop up when they get a bit older and school and social life get more demanding.
And that's exactly why long-term follow-up is so key. Some kids will benefit from things like speech or physical therapy early on. But even for kids who seem to be doing great at first, it's important to keep an eye out for challenges later. So when we say higher-level language, what does that look like? Well, it might mean a teenager really struggles to get those abstract ideas in science class. The bottom line is, the support they need can change and evolve over time.
And the most important thing to know is that you are absolutely not alone in this. There are these incredible organizations that are all about providing information, but also community and support. The groups you see here are just invaluable for connecting with other families who get it, finding experts, and just learning more.
So, we're going to end on this question, because it points to something pretty incredible. Even if that main superhighway is missing, the brain, wow, it's just a remarkable thing. It has this amazing ability called plasticity, where it can literally rewire itself and form new connections. Research is still going on, but it's clear the brain can find workarounds, creating new bridges to compensate. It's just a powerful testament to the resilience of human development.